1, go. So, this is Castlevania Symphony tonight. We're going to be doing any percent French glitchless, or otherwise known as a meme category? I don't know what to call it really. I'm going to be going through the game, and we've banned all glitches that cannot be done accidentally. There are certain glitches that can be done accidentally, and those aren't banned because it's kind of unfortunate for you to get that far in a run and then your run dies just because you accidentally did a glitch. So those aren't necessarily banned. But everything else is. There's some serious glitches that allow you to skip various portions of the game. I got a pretty good fight right there. But we're still going to be skipping a lot of the game without using any glitches right now. The biggest glitch that you normally would see in an any percent speedrun or an all bosses speedrun of this game, we're not doing that. You would skip death, which allows you to keep all of this super cool armor that you start out with at the beginning of the game. So this is kind of like more of the intended way of playing through the game. We're just doing it really, really fast. So right now I have the Alucard sword, which is super OP, kills things in one hit. I'm also, my main form of movement is known as shield dashing. You have a backdash in this game, and you can cancel it at any time by pressing the shield button, and the shield comes out in one frame. So constantly by pressing the two buttons back and forth, backdash and then shield, backdash and then shield, you gain a lot more speed than you would normally just by walking or just normal backdashing. But you can only do this when you have a shield equipped. So once I lose my equipment, I'm not going to have a shield. And that's coming up in just a little bit here. So Death's here. He's trying to convince me to join the dark side. I tell him no, and he takes all my stuff. What a jerk. But we'll live. Now I don't have a shield, so I'm just going to be normally backdashing for a little bit. But there's a shield that you can get early on, so we're not doing this for too long. So, it's kind of unfortunate that we lost our super overpowered armor, but fortunately for us, Alucard's fists are very, very, very strong. For whatever reason, you can multi-hit every time you do one punch. It has two separate hitboxes, so if you time it correctly and space it correctly, you can get 2 hits for every time you do 1 hit. So you can kind of just like one-hit enemies that would normally take 2 hits kind of deal. It's pretty interesting, but it all requires very tight spacing. Right there, I took an intentional damage boost just to get over those spikes. Oh, I don't have a heart refresh. Well, that kind of ruins some strats that I'm going to be doing later on in the run, but that's much, much later. Either way, right now, we're kind of just going through the castle normally. I don't want to get poisoned there. Those spit drops that fall down, they cause you to be poisoned, and it lowers all of your stats significantly. I think it directly cuts them in half, I don't remember. But basically want to avoid that because there's a boss fight coming up. And doing this boss fight while poisoned is very, very difficult. You can still do it fast, but it won't be as fast. Normally, if I had the Alucard gear, I'd just hit them a bunch, but I'm going to do a spell. Missed the input, there we go. And then just kind of like mess them up with it. Oh, swag, got the weird double level up. I don't know exactly why that happens, but here. More damage boosts. Now, depending on what level my strength is, it's kind of random. I'm getting 2 hits, so that's good. 2 hitting these guys is good. Sometimes if your strength's too low, you'll get 3 hits, and those take very, very long to get through here. So basically the way that stats work in this game, normally they wouldn't matter if you have the best equipment in the game because you just 1-hit everything or 2-hit everything regardless. But every time you get a level up, there's one stat that is randomly selected that gets a significant amount more of an increase than normal. And that, of course, is random. And normally you'd want it to be strength or maybe MP, just to kill things faster or be able to use MP better, or be able to use more MP without having to refill it. All right, I got good luck there. The flea man decided to jump over me. So all this that I'm doing right now, if I go fast enough, I can't, it's on a timer. The room that I passed recently is known as the clock room. Every other minute, the statue decides to open or close. So if I get there while it's closed, I have to wait for the next minute cycle for it to open. So if I get there before the fastest cycle, then I basically don't lose any time, but I can't gain any time during any of this. So There's also a couple of new strats that have just been developed. This is a very, oh wow, that's bad. Health is kind of something that you want to be cautious of in this game, just because you can die pretty easily to certain enemies. Right there, I used a spell. Anytime you use a spell, you get slight, like I think a 1.5 seconds of invincibility. So you can use that to just kind of pass through enemies. Oh wow, I'm bad at platforming. There we go. Jump over these guys, because killing them would be a lot slower. Here is the second boss in the game, known as Doppelganger. He's a funny boss because I have the sub-weapon known as the stopwatch. Normally the stopwatch doesn't affect bosses, but for whatever reason, it affects this guy. So, if I use the sub-weapon, he's frozen in place and I can just wail on him all I want. And now he's dead. Easy peasy boss fight. Now we're in the outer wall. The outer wall is a little scary. Certain patterns can show up that you really don't want. Some of the enemies' RNG can mess with you, especially the Medusa heads. Medusa heads are completely random, and they can kind of just spawn. And if you get a gold Medusa head to hit you, you get trapped in stone, and you have to wiggle out in order to like be unstoned. So, waste of time. I didn't get the clip there. There's a way to clip through the floor. Technically that would be a glitch, I don't know. There's so many things that I don't consider a glitch anymore just because it's like, I just use it so often. This game is very, very broken, and even without using major glitches, we're still gonna be breaking this game pretty hard. On a casual playthrough, it'll probably take at least a couple of hours to beat this game. There's a lot of different backtracking that you have to do, but for this speedrun, we can beat the entire game without using any major glitches in under 35 minutes. So that's what I'm hoping for. All right, we're doing good. Right here, I'm going to transform into the wolf because the wolf's maximum speed is 3 pixels per frame, where Alucard's max speed while shield dashing is 3.5 pixels per frame if I'm doing frame perfect shield dashes. So I'm only losing a slight bit of speed, but anytime I go over a horizontal surface, Alucard would normally lose all of his momentum, where the wolf, on the other hand, does not. So that's why using the wolf is kind of more efficient. And oh my god, look at this. Look at this time I got here. This is a crazy good clock rush. Oh wait, no it's not. They started the timer way late. I was looking at the timer thinking that this is a, wow. Either way, it doesn't matter. Oh, I get to one-hit these guys. That changes the strats a little bit. I usually test out, like, kind of see if I one-hit or two-hit those guys, and one-hitting means I can just, like, go as fast as possible, where if I two-hit them, I want to avoid killing them at all, because it's a little risky, and it takes too long. Now we're in the Coliseum. This is where the run can go very, very, very sour very quickly. Okay, I don't want to get hit by anything right now, especially because of the health that I'm at right now. Right here, I'm going to manipulate these guys' RNG. I'm going to jump and attack to make him slide, and walking forward makes him jump. So I just avoid all the enemies in the room, just based off my movement. And here comes the Minotaur and Werewolf fights. This fight is very, very stressful. If I don't have enough strength, killing Minotaur is pretty difficult. Okay. If I didn't have enough strength, he would start running away. Oh crap, this is bad. I'm gonna soul steal, yeah. It's a backup strat I developed a while back. I'm gonna have low mana for a little bit, but I'll just take a save early to get mana back. In this run, I don't have infinite mana prisms like I normally would, so I have to be very careful about how I use my mana. So right now, I'm gonna open this area for later because I'm gonna be coming back through the Coliseum. I'm gonna take this save to get my mana back. Anytime you save in this game, you get all of your mana back and all of your health. So it's pretty useful to use that sometimes, especially if you don't have infinite items. Okay, good soul steal. I'm gonna get hit here. There we go. I wanted to get that extra money there because I'm gonna be buying some things real quick, some items that are gonna help me out later. I'm gonna sell this garnet that I bought earlier, buy a few things. There we go. Now I have the Iron Shield and Shield Rod. This combination, whenever you use the Shield Rod with a specific shield, if you press the buttons at the same time, it'll give you a spell. Depending on the shield that you get, the spell is different. The Iron Shield happens to have a very, very strong spell that kills things very, very quickly. And you'll see that coming up in just a sec. I go to the save room to refill my mana real quick. So I use the stopwatch there just to freeze the enemy so I don't have to deal with them. They're pretty RNG heavy and I don't want to deal with that. So this guy is going to die, and that was a boss. All right. Even without glitches, we can still destroy bosses very, very quickly in this game. All right. Let me get that just in case. All right. So far, the run's been pretty decent. The movement hasn't been the best, but we'll keep going. I need a shield rod, not a Frankfurter. Gonna sell that extra gem, buy a mana prism. The mana prism refills your mana all the way to full, and we're gonna be using that later on when mana is a little tight. Sometimes we're gonna be going through without any sort of save points anywhere close, or going out of the way for the save points would be very slow. Right here I'm going to kill these guys because they can sometimes drop mana prisms, and if I got a mana prism drop that would save me like 15 seconds later on. I didn't get one. It's pretty rare, so it's definitely worth going back there and like killing them, because if I get one, that's 15 seconds for free. So all that was just to get the ability to transform into a bat. Now that we have the ability to transform into a bat, things start to speed up a little bit. And you're gonna see that in a little bit. Using the bat's main form of movement, known as the wing smash, you're completely invincible whilst doing it, and you move very, very quickly, but it costs a little bit of mana. So we try not to use it too much. Like right here, I'm using it just because I need to go upwards, and it's very fast. So that was the wing smash. You see now I'm lower than half mana just by using a couple of wing smashes. The reason why I'm losing mana like over and over and over again is because I'm doing the spell consecutively. It's a specific input you have to put in order to use the wing smash spell, but I'm doing it over and over and over again. Oh crap, I thought I 2-hit these guys. Okay, that was a 2-hit. I must got a crit. Alright. Not the best movement, but I'll take it. Alrighty. We're gonna watch the spell obliterate this boss. Yep. Nice, alright. So now we are going to be getting the leap stone that allows me to have a second jump. Normally that's like one of the first relics you get, but it's just so far out of your way you don't want to get it until later. So now here's the leap stone. With the leap stone, you can get a dive kick after your second jump, and if you transform during your dive kick, it keeps all of your horizontal momentum from the dive kick. And then that's known as bat kicking, and you see me doing it here. It just gives me a lot of distance without spending too much mana, because it's only the mana of transforming into the bat being spent. I don't have to wing smash or anything like that. And I can wing smash directly after a bat kick, so it's just a mixture of movements that ends up being really fast. So we're gonna stop by this save point again, right here. Just get my mana back. And we have another boss fight coming up. This is the most random boss fight in the entire game, so we'll see how this works out. Hippogriff is just a giant jerk. He can just choose to fly away right now. Okay, he didn't fly away. And he's giving me a good pattern. Right here, you want him to shoot the fire, because he doesn't move during that. So here comes the biggest sequence break in the game, the glitchless category, that is. Coming up here, normally you're supposed to go to the catacombs and get a spike breaker armor to break this, these spikes that are in this room. I have enough mana, good. So I'm gonna be doing this. So there's spikes everywhere, right? I'm just gonna use a potion to be invincible and just walk through the door. No glitch involved, just me being invincible because the game gives you invincibility. It's a tight window, but I have gotten like completely destroyed there in the past, where like I mess up the timing and then I'm getting bodied by spikes and I don't have a potion to use. It's pretty bad. Like right here, I'm gonna get bodied a little bit. It was intentional, don't worry guys. That crow that just passed me, he's actually like a giant jerk. If you're not too far, if you're not in the right position, he just kind of bodies you. But so far, so good. Good run. I need to re-equip the shield rod. Now I'm going to be using a mixture of wing smashes, back kicks, and shield dashing, just to save mana, but also go as fast as I can. Let's see if I got it. I was in the wrong positioning. There's a strat there where you can dive kick off of that fire pit, and then like just get a little bit of speed off of it, off of the second dive kick. So we're going back through here. The whole reason that we went to that room to collect the silver ring is because you need two separate rings, the silver ring and the gold ring. I just got the silver ring. The gold ring is coming up soon. The floor underneath where I am now, the clock room, opens up when you have both of those rings equipped, and it allows you to get the holy glasses. The holy glasses are just another item required to beat the game without glitching. It allows you to save Richter, because he's possessed by a dark priest known as Shaft. And yeah, the holy glasses let us see Shaft's little possession, and we just wreck his face instead of actually like fighting Richter. Because if you fight Richter, you get the bad ending. Oh crap, I got bodied. There I got hit on purpose, because it costs less mana to dive kick into an enemy or back kick into an enemy, then have the enemy's damage untransform me, and then do another back kick right afterwards. It's pretty fast. I'm gonna do it again right here. So I don't use as much mana, but I'm still getting a lot of speed and distance. I lose 1 HP, but right now HP isn't a huge issue. Sorry that I'm coughing a lot. I just recently got over a little illness, but I'm feeling fine. Okay, nice. Here's where I'm going to be getting the gold ring, but I'm going to quickly stop and break one of these bases to get the moonstone. The moonstone, sorry. The moonstone gives you slight stat boosts at night only. This game has an in-game timer that determines when's night and when's day. It's kind of arbitrary, but it's basically night for the majority of the game, so it'll give me a stat boost. There's also a sunstone that gives you the same stat boost, but only in daytime. So we're just gonna kill this succubus real quick. And now the gold ring appears. And now we get to get out of here. Shoutouts to all bosses. The movement I'm doing right now is the exact same movement I would be doing in the all bosses category. But the only thing that's different is I have to be cautious of my mana. In all bosses, you have infinite mana prisms by doing a glitch. So you don't have to worry about how much mana you're using, because you can just untransform and use a mana prism whenever. But I have to be careful because I only refill my mana by stopping at save points. So I guess a little bit about the history of this category. This category, oh wow, nice level up. I never normally get a level up there. But this category was originally created by Romscout. Shoutouts to Romscout, the god of SoTN, undoubtedly. he decided that he wanted a race, I forget exactly the story behind it, but he wanted a race category that didn't require like too much knowledge of the specific glitches in this game, because there are some seriously difficult glitches if you don't know them, and pulling them off in a speedrun is hard. So this category was created so you don't have to worry about those glitches, but the category is still very difficult because without those glitches, the game becomes so much more difficult. You have the ability to die in places you wouldn't normally be able to. If you don't if you lose too much mana, you lose a lot of time just because you have to wait for your mana to refill manually. And if you use an item that you're not normally supposed to use at the wrong time, you can just like screw yourself over. Recent route change. Normally you would have to wait for another clock rush here and hope that you were on the right clock rush time interval. But I kind of just use the library card here to teleport out and then use a different teleporter. It's actually about 10 seconds faster, but we lose a mana prism along the way. So it's a kind of a fair trade-off. I'm losing 5 seconds overall, but it's more consistent. Plus, it's possible for me to get a mana prism here. Oh, crap. Yeah, I didn't get the mana prism. Oh, well. Alrighty. Now that I have the holy glasses equipped, I'm able to save Richter, which allows me to go to the second castle in this game. So there's 2 castles. The castle you just saw me play through now, and then it's the same exact castle except everything's upside down, known as the inverted castle. Yo, shout out to Epically Epic. I just did the Epically Epic strat. Epically Epic, a really cool speedrunner in this game. He hasn't been running it recently, but he taught me that strat. In this game, if you do a dive kick onto the floor, and then you'll actually slide a little bit, and if you're not pressing any buttons during that slide, you get like a weird standing slide. So you can use that to go fast. But yeah, there's gonna be a ball on the top of the screen, and watch it disappear. I use 2 different spells in combination to kill it as quick as possible. It uses up a lot of MP, but it's worth it because I'm going to be refilling my MP later anyways. So we just saved Richter and we're on to the second castle. I dropped a wing smash there. Just weird execution error. Alright, got my MP back, and now to finish the game, all we have to do is fight 5 specific bosses that drop these relics known as the Pieces of Vlad. Once you collect all 5 pieces, the same clock room, except upside down, will open. It won't open unless you have those 5 pieces. So, this is the first boss, Darkwing Bat. We're just gonna sit in this corner and do the spell. He's actually going to fly into the spell. Oh crap, I did it too early. Whatever, he still died pretty quick. So I'm just waiting for the relic to spawn. And we're out of here. I'm gonna bonk here. So now it's all about managing our mana as well as going as fast as possible. I use a stopwatch here and collect the holy water just because holy water kills bosses much quicker, but I want to use the stopwatch here because these enemies are jerks, and having them frozen and out of your way is much nicer to deal with than trying to like fight through them. Because it's complete RNG what they end up doing. Here I'm going out of my way to get the dragon helmet. Same reason I got the Moonstone is just so I can get some serious stat boosts. The Dragon Helmet decreases all enemies' defense in half, so I basically have double the amount of attack power from here on to the rest of the run. Oh, another thing about the outer wall is randomly it'll be foggy. Oh crap, screwed up my movement there, but we're fine. The movement here is a little tough. It's some tight platforming mixed with some oh my god, I bonked my head there. That's not nice. I didn't get the dive kick strat. All right, you can dive kick off that candle just because the dive kick's hitbox is a little weird. I'm gonna dive kick off this guy and we'll see. I should get a level up and I might duplicate this guy. No, okay. I'm getting bodied. Yeah, I can easily die here. We're gonna use a little bit of mana, but the rest of this should be fine. It's actually faster to fly like this as opposed to like wing smashing over and over again, just because wing smashes use too much mana. So it looks a little slow, but it's actually optimal. Oh, nice. I actually might die. Oh, what a jerk. There we go. That's a front slide. That's not a front slide. Wow. Oh, shout out to the glitches. You guys didn't see that. There's a glitch if you collect if you collect any relic whilst transforming, it glitches the animation. It doesn't affect anything in the game other than that specific animation at that time, so. It's not like a glitch that made anything faster or anything like that, so it's not worth banning it or anything. It's just that this game has a lot of really funny glitches. Coming up soon, I might die. Oh god. I might take a safety health item. Pot roast, sure. Just because there's some scary stuff going on here. This is my backup strat though. That level up was kind of unorthodox. And I should have enough mana to make it up here. Okay, that's all that matters. That's the 15 seconds that could be saved with an extra mana prism right there. Normally we would just use a mana prism there and avoid all this crap. Okay, we're gonna refill our mana here and on with the game. That's one of the scary parts, but we passed it, so nothing to be afraid of for right now. Oh no, I dropped one. I'm just trying to be very careful with my movement, because here's another place I can die. These rock knights, if I don't, if I take any damage from them, I'll basically die. Oh wow, that's unfortunate. Come on! The lip there has like a weird hitbox, and I just bonked into it one too many times. Oh nice. That normally doesn't happen. Wow. This is what happens when you don't like... The execution in this game is very important, just because if you mess up, you get hit. And when you get hit, the knockback in this game, you don't get to cancel it until you hit the ground. So if you're way high up, you're just kind of stuck. That was unfortunate. I didn't get the hits that I wanted. There we go. Good fight. Nice. I didn't grab it. The movement here is really tight, because if I slow down at all, I'll get hit. Yep. Those bats, you can't really stop them. If they want to hit you, they're going to hit you. You just have to go fast enough to just get through there without getting hit. It's very, very difficult. But getting hit once is better than just kind of getting stun locked in a corner. So the game is almost done. We're very close to the finish here. The rest of it's just wing smashing and killing enemies. Alrighty. So I'm gonna stop to refill my mana again. And now we're gonna fight Medusa. Medusa can stone you if you look into her beam, so I'm kind of crouching just so I don't get hit by it. How is she not dead? What? Hacks! There we go. Literally one hit. Whatever. What a jerk. Ooh, I'm low on hearts. This is actually really bad. wing smash. It's hard. Getting poisoned here isn't a big deal. Except, oh, I'm getting bodied. I'm gonna die. If I get hit by anything else, I will die. And there's no save spots coming up anytime soon, so I'm gonna have to be very, very careful. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm not supposed to be scared, but I'm... Oh wait, I forget. There's a mana refill coming up, or a health refill. Right here. I'm gonna take that. Okay. All right, time to fight Akmadon, the only boss. I'm the only person that ever has trouble fighting this boss. He's... Oh, that would explain that. He's the easiest boss to fight. There we go. Literally one holy water is enough to kill him. He also takes forever to die, so I can kind of just swag out. So that should be all the pieces of Vlad. And now we just go to the end of the game. Come on. You have to like jump over that lip. It's kind of tricky. Here I can easily die if I, I'm just gonna use the Mana Prism now and punch that guy in the face. Ah, crap. All right, we're in there. So, there's actually a new strat to kill the final boss. The final boss is coming up right now. So, we have to wait for this animation real quick, and then we fight the final boss. First we have to fight Shaft, who is controlling Richter, who wanted to resurrect Dracula, and now we have to fight Dracula, who, spoilers, is our father. Yeah. So far, a decent run. This category still has some optimization left in it. It's basically been me pushing it for the last couple of weeks. I currently hold the world record by a minute or so over Romscout's old run, but his run was like 2 years old, so no one's been playing this for quite a while. It's just a very, very cool category to look at. Okay, time to fight Shaft. Sometimes he'll give me the Shaft, and I can't really do much about that. Okay. I have everything equipped. Sometimes I forget to equip the shield rod here. So just double checking. So don't give me the Shaft, come on. He gave me the Shaft, nice. This is gonna be, yeah, a little scary. I'm low on MP. Fighting Dracula here can be scary because I'm gonna be using a new strat where I get up close and try to fight him while he's attacking me, as opposed to normally, the normal strat is to like fight him while staying in the corner, where you can't get hit. So I'm risking the ability to get hit, but I do more damage per hit this way, so we'll see what happens. If I die here, that's fine. It's a new strat, so. Okay. So far, I think I'm on a good pattern for the strat. This just hits Dracula more per spell. Oh crap. Okay, I'm fine though. The spell gives me some invincibility. That's time. Oh.
Started a few seconds later.
It's fine. It was a decent run. It was close to sub 34. Not really world record pace or anything like that, but good run overall. I guess I'll take this time to shout out the speedrunning community in general. Everyone is awesome. If you're considering speedrunning a video game, just do it. You won't regret it, I promise. Shout out to the SoTN speedrunning community, specifically. Shout out to Talek Zelot for basically reinventing a lot of this game, especially like experience and glitches and whatnot. Forgone Moose, an amazing tasker of this game. Rom Scout, of course, for being the god of this game. Undefeated for so long. Uncontested records for so long. And anyone else that's been pushing this game recently. Yeah. Thanks a lot for having me. We have credits, I guess, and we'll start setting up for whatever's next. But thanks for watching. I'm Dr4gonblitz's. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys around. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Hey guys, GimR here. Dr4gonblitz's Twitch is the same as his Twitter, so it's twitch.tv/Dr4gonblitz. So make sure and check him out.